Well, hi everybody. I'm Katie Schatz, the MAAR CEO, and you may have heard some exciting news that came out of the TREC meeting yesterday. So we've got a little group here together, Brenda Hampton, our Education Foundation president, and then two TREC commissioners who are MAAR members, Jeffrey Diaz and Steve Gwynn. So I wanted to kind of have a conversation with everybody to discuss this exciting news about online CE classes. So Jeff, I'll kick it to you first. Can you talk about what the commissioners did yesterday?
Sure, Katie, thank you. What the commissioners did yesterday was essentially take courses that have been approved for classroom settings and allow those courses to be provided on an online platform like Zoom, which we're using today, or WebEx, provided that they meet certain criteria that would allow us to make sure students attended, stayed for the entire class, and received the information that's being conveyed. So we thought it was very important to give the associations that flexibility, to give our licensees that flexibility, and given the vote of the commission, which was unanimous, it had complete support, and we hope the associations can make that adaptation and make it available to you all so you can continue your education.
Awesome. Thank you. And we really do appreciate you guys doing this, and that we could tell there was a lot of support yesterday. O'Hara and I attended the meeting virtually and listened in, and so we were really ecstatic that there was so much support. So thank you for that. Steve, can you tell us kind of how this came to be in front of the commissioners and what the timeline?
Well, I'm a newly appointed commissioner. I've been to two meetings, one virtual and one in Nashville. And last month we had one individual that came before us. This was prior to COVID-19 heating up the way that it has with shutdowns, et cetera. And the individual was concerned about how to go forward on the classes in light of what potentially was going to happen. And we listened intently and were concerned about it. And then for this month's meeting, we received letters after shutdowns essentially by all the state of Tennessee under Governor Lee's direction. We received letters from the major associations in Tennessee, and I would say that the MAAR letter was the most complete and probably well thought out, because during the course of the meeting, it was referred to, not by me, but by others initially, as let's look at this letter, and some of the salient points of how to go about doing this were brought out, and we kind of used it as a guide to approve. So I think that, we're glad to accommodate everyone. It's got an end date on it right now through, let's call it the middle to third week of May. But obviously we're big on education and trying to help as best we can. And I think this is a good start, and we'll see how it goes.
And I think the end date is the 15th of May, I believe.
I think it was the 18th, but
18th, which is in accordance with Governor Lee's orders, I think is
Correct.
What you aligned it with that. So if the orders are extended, this would also extend.
Right.
Is that right? Okay.
That's correct.
Well, thank you for that. And I have to say, O'Hara Kessler, who's our education director, did an amazing job putting that letter together and the guidelines. And I also want to give a shout out to Texas Realtors, because they have virtual classroom learning that they provide at the state level to the local associations. And I had reached out to them months ago about that. And so some of that information came from them as well. So I emailed them yesterday to tell them about our exciting news and that they get to share in the joy of Tennessee Realtors getting education virtually now, partly and thanks to them. So a good segue for Brenda to talk about how this fits in with the Education Foundation's goals.
Yes, I wanted to thank both the TREC members on Jeffrey and Steve also for helping us to get this done yesterday. Our trustees, it was important for us to, and part of our strategic plan at the beginning of the year to ask for and offer live stream classes, just to be able to capture as many of our members as we can and to accommodate them, their work schedules and everything. We thought that it would be a great benefit to our membership. And of course, it turned into needing it for a different reason. And with COVID-19 and everything being cut off, this just allows for our membership to fulfill their educational requirements and their professionalism, if I can speak. So it does help us to forward our goals from our strategic plan, and we appreciate that.
And Brenda, y'all met, you had a kind of ad hoc, unscheduled, previously unscheduled meeting the day before the TREC commissioners meeting, just to get in some classes lined up that you thought, if the commissioners did approve this,
Yes.
virtual learning, that you already had some things teed up so that O'Hara could just start moving forward with that, right?
Yes, we have about 20 classes. We went back to when classes were canceled mid-March and move forward, and those are the classes that we're going to try to put forth first. Starting Monday, we're going to start testing a couple of those classes, but we have about 18.
About 18 that they want to offer. And I really want to thank Brenda for her.
20 teed up and ready to go.
Perfect. Well, thank you. And I really want to thank you for your leadership and your team for taking the initiative, that you guys were ready to hit the ground running as soon as our commissioners voted yesterday. So thank you for that. And thank you all for being on this little video so we could talk to our members about this. We're really excited and hope you guys are too. So happy learning. Everybody stay well and stay healthy.
Thank you very much.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.